Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today we've got an event rework to check out. If you were not aware, today, Tuesday, April 23rd, is the launch of the Hollywood Global event on the Vanguard seasonal calendar. And the reason why this is notable is that this is the first time the event has come around since Project Resolve and 220 went live for the Division 2 back in February, meaning it is the last new global event to come around that has received reworks and changes as part of that overall update. So far, we've seen some of these previous events that got their reworks surge in popularity. Think about Reanimated or SHD Exposed. And for me personally, ever since we got the patch notes for 220, Hollywood was one of the ones that I was most excited in checking out, primarily because it used to be my least favorite global event. It felt much more like it shoehorned you into certain types of builds and didn't really give you enough reward to make that worthwhile. So I don't want to go into this with too many expectations, but I just hope that it lives somewhere close to what the devs said their goal with these changes was, which was to make all of the other 5 events that are not Golden Bullet feel closer to Golden Bullet in terms of fun and satisfaction. So we'll see. I can't wait to get into this. Just quickly before we do, if you have been enjoying the video and you want to see my future coverage on the Division 2 like this, then be sure to click that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's go. Alright, so before we dive into the open world to fully test this out, I wanted to quickly go over what exactly the changes and parameters are that were made to the Hollywood event, as well as the build that we're going to be using. We pulled the patch notes for 220 and Project Resolve, as that's when this was all changed. We just haven't had Hollywood come around since then. It reads that for Hollywood, they tripled the explosion range, they tripled the explosion damage, they fixed explosion VFX, and explosions generate signature ammo and grenades at the player's location. Now, of course, the idea of tripling those bonuses is promising, and I think that's going to lead to a lot of damage and a lot of effectiveness. But the last point there is really what I had held on to when I was making a build. This is what we're going to be using. Tip of the Spear. Of course, this got a rework in Year 5 Season 2, which a lot of people remain unhappy with. What it did do, though, was lean more towards the idea of using your specialization weapon, which already paired pretty well with the gunner, which is what I have on, but specifically with that last change for Hollywood, when you defeat enemies, it supposedly generates new ammo at your location. So alongside using the chest piece for Tip of the Spear, which gives us, a more signature weapon ammo on every 3rd kill, the idea here, and what I'm hoping kind of happens, is that the minigun is super powerful and amped up from all these bonuses, and you're just continually getting new streams of ammo, which allows you to just keep on going. In practice, I don't know how that's going to turn out. I certainly hope it works that way. But again, we're just using this stuff. My 2 guns don't matter too much because I'm using the gunner for the majority of the time, but it's good to have the Scorpio. If you ever need to swap off, we'll have to do that for bosses probably, since we do reduce damage. Then we have 4 pieces of Tip of the Spear, which gives us the 20% signature weapon damage, 10% weapon damage. The 4 piece, again, they reworked this in Year 5 Season 2, but it leans more towards signature weapon usage now. Then we've got the Memento, because this should help me keep going a lot in gameplay. I can just pick up the trophies as I walk with the minigun, get all those bonuses that apply there. Then we got the Bacaros just for even more armor and weapon damage. And lastly, for the skills, we have the Banshee Pulse for Gunner. That should help us stun enemies in front of us and get those easy kills, and the Reviver Hive just in case, because you never know what's going to happen. Alright, so with that all down, let's move on to the gameplay and see how Hollywood is. Alright, so here we go. We're pulling up to this control point. I really have no idea how this is going to go. I'm hoping for the best, otherwise this video might never see the light of day. Okay, so they've got the shield. Oh! Well, that was big. So that's the explosion that goes off. And I think it's only the shielded enemies that are going to drop me ammo on the ground. Oh, they have the slow-mo effect, that's right. Because it's Hollywood. So that guy has one. Whoa! That's pretty strong. Oh, I didn't know you could call the flare with your minigun out. It's kind of cool. Alright. So that one guy had the shield, and I guess I didn't realize that it broke before they died. This guy has one too. Did that give us more ammo? Yeah, plus 25. So when you break a shield, it gives you more ammo like that right off the bat, which is kind of nice. Yeah, that explosion is no joke. And now they're jumping down from here. Jeez. That is a large explosion radius. I did not think it was going to look like that. Yeah, that is a potent explosion. There's the boss. I don't know how this is going to do against him, but let's find out, shall we? Yeah, I should probably swap to my weapon for that. And there we go. Ammo seems to not be a problem. I've maintained good ammo in this thing the entire time. These guys have shields as well. I'm just shocked by that explosion range. I guess that is the biggest feature, really, is that, what was it, the tripling? It's pretty darn good. Alright, now they're all going to be clustered up when they're coming out of the spawn here. Let's try this out. That looks pretty good. I love the slow-mo. The Hollywood effect. That's sick. Alright, we got them. We're coming out over here. Hell yeah, dude. I do think overall with all the changes they made to gold events, they each feel more distinct. Because before, a lot of them just didn't have that much individuality. Now they really feel like they do. Also, it's nice to mix this in with the new tip of the spear. It works well with this rule set. This is pretty fun. Oh, here we go. This will be good to test on a convoy where they're all right next to each other. Oh my goodness. I love that slow-mo effect. They're hopping out over it here. Gonna stun him. Get them all as they come out the spawn. It's perfect, dude. Alright, I came over to this control point to do one final test on one where I know they bunch up really well in the spawns. That should make it extra fun. Let's get that off. Get this going. So them coming out. It is. Here we go. Oh, it's a heavy. That's awkward. And here we go as they all jump down. Get the explosions going. I do think, as far as ammo conservation on the minigun, I haven't felt myself at risk of running out once. So that's a success with this overall build setup and how Hollywood works. Now they're coming out of there. Should be even easier to get the explosions going. That's great, dude. I love it. Burn him with the spec ammo. Indeed we did. GG's. And there you have it, everybody. That was a look at the reworks done to the Hollywood Global event and my overall first impressions of it. As far as it being on par with Golden Bullet, I don't think it quite reaches that height in terms of power or just letting you steamroll through absolutely everything. But in my opinion, it certainly makes it feel worthwhile to run the types of builds you need to interact with the event modifier now. And out of all 6 of the events, I think that Hollywood does unlock and suggest you to use types of builds that are more unique than most of the other ones. You know, whether you do go for a specialization ammo build like I did, or you go for something with explosives or EMPs to tackle the shields. It's a lot of fun, and with the alignment that they did of the explosion range, the fixed VFX, it all just looks and feels way better than before, in my opinion. So I had a lot of fun going through this. I very much hope you all enjoyed watching, getting an idea of what the new Hollywood looks like. Whatever questions or thoughts you may have about this overall, I would love to hear them down below. What was your impression of the Hollywood event before these changes? And if you've tried it out this morning so far, what do you think about him now? I'd love to hear it all. That is going to do it for me today, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. RogueGold.